on the old plane and car here over the last week or so. And the last time we were here, you guys were getting ready to head out for the state tournament. We talked all about winning state. You had a week off, and you're going to head out to the regional in New Orleans. And what an experience you guys had. Obviously, we didn't come away with the regional championship, but you came away with a couple of good ball games and a lot more memories and experiences with these kids. Tell me, first of all, a little bit, just your take on the overall experience of the New Orleans trip.
Well, you're going down to a different setting and a different culture when you take kids from Kansas and put them in New Orleans. But it was a lot of fun to see these kids experience some things that they may not ever get to experience again. The level of competition was just phenomenal once again. You know, we're going up against schools that are drawing for over 4,000 students. We're drawing from, almost 900. So the experience of competition is great. The camaraderie is great. We made some new acquaintances and friends. Saw some coaches that we'd seen in years past. Continued those relationships, and then made some new ones with the host school with Delgado and some of the other people that are down there with American Legion Baseball. So from the player standpoint, to be able to go and play in New Orleans, trip of a lifetime type of situation. They got some of these kids had never flown on a plane before, which was an experience in of itself. And then we get to take them down to a pretty exciting place down there where baseball is almost a year-round sport. Got to take them down to Bourbon Street and show them a brief glimpse of Bourbon Street and New Orleans life. Got to take them out to eat some Cajun-style food, all that stuff. Kind of just wrap it up with a pretty good experience. And they've worked so hard this summer to accomplish the goals, and we're just one goal short of where we wanted to be.
Well, you talked about this experience for the kids and the teams you had to face. You were facing championship teams from Tennessee, Arkansas, Mississippi, Missouri, Oklahoma, and of course Louisiana. And what some people might not understand, you talked about the size of these programs, but and correct me if I'm wrong, but I think you had teams down there that were all-stars from the entire state on these teams versus just Legion teams of local, like you guys were all summer.
Yeah, to a point. I mean, they're still within the areas of things, but the Louisiana team that we played, the Pedal Valves team, they basically were formed with 19-year-olds and 18-year-olds that the other programs didn't want coming back because they wanted to develop their prep schools. So, they were able to kind of capitalize on that, put a group of guys together. So we're playing 19 and 18-year-olds in that first game, and we didn't come out very well to play, and couldn't get into our groove, and so it kind of got away from us real quick. But that's kind of where those teams come from, is that some of those teams are built with college kids, and it's no excuse. You still should have competed better, but at the same point, it was a great experience to be able to go up against high quality teams.
Well, I know in that first ball game, Trenton Ferguson was on the mound, and he was an ace of yours all season long, and had a rough outing to start with. He plunked some batters, uncharacteristically. I know you went out to talk to him early on after maybe the second batter that he hit. What did you tell him, and what did you see at that point in that ball game? Was it nerves? Was it the travel? What do you think it was early on in that ball game for you guys?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what it was. It wasn't typical Trenton. It wasn't, and I couldn't be more disappointed for him because I know he wanted it, as bad as you could, and he just wasn't able to find a groove and wasn't able to get the ball over the plate. So that in and of itself was a disappointment, because I don't think people saw the true Trenton. And I basically, when I went out there, I just basically told him, I said, hey, I believe in you, and you're the reason we're here. Clue back in and get us out of this. And he just wasn't able to do that. And it just kind of, once when things start going downhill at that level, big hits can clear the bases, and it just kind of manifested itself when we weren't able to get back on the.
It was an early hole that you dug, and it was tough to get out of. But again, as you've done all season long, the boys didn't give up. They persevered. They came back. They scored some runs. It was it was a valiant comeback. But you just kind of had that hole early on. So I know taking that first loss was tough right out of the gate. Obviously, you had to turn around the next day and play the chance from Tennessee. And again, same kind of thing. A little bit early on in the ball game, you're in there. You're scoring some runs. But again, this one just got away.
Yeah, I mean, it was a 4-3 ball game up until the top of the ninth, and they were able to put 4 runs on us before the monsoon hit. It just, another thing is you can't make mistakes, and we can tighten up. We can tighten up as much as we can, and you have a few mistakes that just kind of unravel everything, and that's kind of that's the level of ball that's played down there, and it's just the difference between a close game and a blowout is a mistake or two, and we just didn't have enough to get it done, and you can't expect to put 10 runs on the board like we had all summer against some of these other teams. You can't expect to put 10 runs on the board against quality teams like that, and that was the undoing.
Well, the thing was, of course, you're playing state champions. You're state champion yourself, so the caliber of play is pretty high. And you guys competed. The scores didn't turn out as you like, but again, the competition and the camaraderie. And I know you and I have talked off the air about the trip itself. Tell me a little bit about the experience with the boys and what you enjoyed seeing out of them taking this trip and having this fun. Again, despite the scores.
Yeah, I think they had a lot of fun. And again, they went down there and represented this community, this state. There was a lot of compliments being thrown their way. A lot of the commissioners and directors of the tournament were very complimentary of our guys, and that means a lot to me as a leader. So I enjoyed hearing that from them, and so I know that the guys had a lot of fun. Wish our stay would have been a little bit longer, but as it was, I think they just went down there and did the best that they could do, and it just didn't turn out on the scoreboard the way we wanted it to.
Knowing you as a person, as a coach like I do, I think you get just as much pride as seeing those boys walk around the area there in New Orleans and being proud of them as representatives and young men as you do as they're playing on the field. And I'm sure you saw that, and I'm sure that was one takeaway for you and your coaching staff that you'll remember long after the scores of these ball games.
Yeah, very much so. It was an experience I'll never forget, that's for sure.
We're at Pizza Time in downtown Ottawa. Derek Chappell along with head coach Brian Long on the Ottawa Arrows American Legion Baseball Coaches Show, our final wrap show of the summer. We're going to come back, talk a little bit more about that season, and a fantastic season it was for the Arrows. We'll do that when we take this break. You're listening to the Ottawa Arrows American Legion Baseball Coaches Show live from Pizza Time on KOFO.
Next time, it's time for pizza. Make it Ottawa's own Pizza Time. 785-242-TIME. Now put that in your speed dial, and while you're doing it, I'll tell you about the menu. Delicious pizza, of course, with your choice of traditional toppings, or you can get a specialty pie like the meat lovers. There's a taco or buffalo chicken. And speaking of chicken, check out their wings. Not to mention salads, sandwiches, famous cheese bread, and more. Locally owned and operated and proud home to the weekly Ottawa American Legion Baseball Coaches Show. Dine in, delivery, or carry out. Pizza Time. 785-242-TIME.
Today's cars made with high-strength steel and aluminum require new technology to be safely repaired. Here at CarStar, we provide our employees with education that is recognized by automobile manufacturers as well as your insurance company. Your car is a major investment, and we want to help you protect your family with a quality of work that you can rely on. Call 785-242-8916. That's 785-242-8916, and relax. We'll take it from here.
If you have some things you need to sell, there's a couple ways you can go about it. One is to spend your weekend in the hot summer sun running a garage sale. Or you can let the Eastern Kansas Auction Barn do all the heavy lifting for you. Whatever it is, cars, electronics, furniture, jewelry, even big estates. Oh, and don't worry, Daryl and his staff will handle everything with care. Call Daryl right now so he can get your stuff into the August 26 auction. 785-241-0208. The big, comfortable Eastern Kansas Auction Barn. It's the best way to sell your stuff.
There is more to me, Queen Eliara of Elfgard, than my elven magic. Just as there's more to Geico than saving you money, Geico also gives you 24/7 access to licensed agents online, on the phone, or on the Geico app. And while I am a mighty elf queen, I am also a mighty big fan of barbecue potato chips. Minions! More smoky mesquite.
Geico. Expect great savings and a whole lot more.
Are you ready?
The movie critics are saying Logan Lucky is a freewheeling, double-dealing, country-fried hootenanny heist flick that burns rubber.
That don't make no sense.
Good gravy. This movie is a good time.
This is a surprise.
A laugh-out-loud, funny romp. A high-spirited, low-down blast. It's the perfect late summer cocktail.
People say that.
From the director of Ocean's 11.
This is gonna be good.
Logan Lucky. Rated PG-13. May be inappropriate for children under 13. In theaters August 18th.
Katie, where's your Jergens?
My lotion? Here in the shower.
In the shower?
I use Wet Skin Moisturizer from Jergens. It's a lotion that works with water to instantly lock in moisture from my shower. My skin stays soft and luminous all day without a heavy, sticky feel. It's all-day moisture made simple.
Well, I did always teach you to enjoy the simple things in life. Can I borrow your Jergens Wet Skin Moisturizer?
Of course, Mom.
Jergens, let your beautiful shine.
And we're back to Pizza Time in downtown Ottawa for the final show of the season of the Ottawa Arrows American Legion Baseball Coaches Show. Come on down and see us at Pizza Time here. Lunch buffet on a roll. And also the daily special in effect today for $29.99. So come down and join us. And the fine folks here at Pizza Time will take care of you here today. Chatting again with head coach Brian Long. And Brian, we talked about the regional and what a great experience that was. And I know you had some travel issues and things like that, but overall a good time. And a capper to an amazing season. You guys finished at 37-11 with an overall record on the year. Again, 37 wins, an amazing number. As you look back at the season, you know, highlights. There's many. There's so plenty. I mean, you've got the Jim Allen tournament that you took care of. You won the Sam Ellis tournament down in Emporia. You were on your way to winning the Chanute tournament at 2 wins when it got rained out. You went to the Battle of Omaha, and a great experience for your kids there. You went 3-1 in that tournament. Went 2-2 in the Fike tournament. Saw some amazing play there. And then, of course, you didn't have to win the zone, but you just went ahead and did that anyway. On your way to the state tournament, which, of course, like we said, we've got the trophies and the plaques here. And it's impressive to see all 3 of them, the three-peat, of course. So a remarkable season despite the losses at the regional. Your thoughts as you look back on a 37-11 record. It seems like we just started this show and now it's over.
Yeah, I couldn't be more proud of this program and these guys that are in it. What a tremendous year for these guys. And you know, from the beginning of the season to the end, I saw a lot of growth. Maybe, you know, not so much with talent level, but with just becoming a team and seeing them band together. You know, there was a lot of other things off the field that you know that they experienced as well. You know, we had the cancer game that raised a good chunk of money for the Franklin County Cancer Foundation here. You know, we adopted a little player that is fighting. In Wyatt Oshel, we were able to honor the Hayden family that had had a fight on their hands here. You know, we were just able to reach out into the community, and those are the things that, you know, 37-11. It's great. You know, 3 state championships. It's great. You know, going down and competing in a regional. That's great. But there's life lessons that we try to teach these guys, and I think. You combine all that together, and it was such a great summer, such a great experience for these guys. They may not understand it at this point, but hopefully, as they grow and they go on to college or go on to work or whatever the case may be, they can refer back to these experiences and grow from that.
Well, and you and I have talked before as well. Some of your players who have played for you in the past, who've been removed from the program a few years, you get texts and messages from them, and they share things about their life with you now. Hey, Coach, I'm doing this now, or hey, Coach, I'm doing this, or and they tell you that because they want you to be proud of them, and that shows the experience they had playing for you and playing with your coaching staff and everything. That again, those are the rewards you take away later. The wins and the losses. You'll probably remember this number for a while, 37-11. But there's going to be a time when you don't remember it. What you're going to remember is those messages and those times when you see those kids. And really, to me, that's what you have done with this program and Scott has done with this program is not just make ball players. but make young men out of these kids that come in for a summer. You only have them for 2 months. You know, the season's not that long, but the development of young men over that 2 months is just an amazing thing to see, and I know the parents appreciate it too.
Yep, it's it goes not just Scott and I. You know, we're the people that get the blame for the losses and stuff, but you know, the tremendous support from the organization, the board members. You know, like you said, the alumni, that people have been around in this community. I can't thank this community enough. That place was packed for that final game. You couldn't find an inch on the bleachers. You know, we had people down the lines, and just to have that support, the people that are texting, you know, sending messages through Facebook, Twitter, all that, it's never lost on us. And we may not get back to you directly because there was a tremendous amount of it, but you know, it was just a tremendous amount of outpouring of support for this program. And like you said, it's great that we're trying to raise young men. We're not trying to raise Major League Baseball players. We're trying to raise young men, and that's a good thing for a community like this.
Well, and again, that's a testament to what you guys do off the field. Like I said, with the cancer awareness, and then the nights you guys went down to the auditorium, all kinds of things like that. So molding these young men. When you look back at this season, you know, again, we put the record aside. Give me a highlight or two of what you really will take away from this year.
Oh, man,
not to put you on the spot or anything in 60 seconds,
that's tough. You know, just seeing the way that overall they embrace that target. You know, we said that all year, and it's not easy to repeat. And if it's not easy to repeat, you know, it's not easy to three-peat. And you know, it gets tougher each year to raise your level of expectations. It's tough to raise your level of expectations, and you know, they've done that. And you know, I think the kids in the program have everything to be proud of. And you know, I think that's more along the lines of just embracing that challenge and attacking it and being the aggressor. And just growing from that. And you know, like I said, at the end of the day, they come together, and you know, they celebrate a championship at the end, and it, you know, it's kind of cool. Everybody rushes out and they mosh pit, you know, a little bit, and you know, that's kind of an ideal thing and an ideal setting, is that they come together right there at the end.
Well, another characteristic of this team all summer long was a never give up attitude.
Yeah.
There were games where you were down, you maybe down to a last strike or a last out, and somebody came through with a big play or a big hit. And one player that did that for you in the state tournament was Brock Huddleston. And we're going to talk to Brock after we take this break. You're listening to the Ottawa Arrows American Legion Baseball Coaches Show, live from Pizza Time in downtown Ottawa with Derek Chappell and head coach Brian Long on KOFO.
Next time it's time for pizza. Make it Ottawa's own Pizza Time. See what I did there? Time for pizza, Pizza Time. Well, it's even in their phone number, 785-242-TIME. Put that in your speed dial now, and while you do that, I'll tell you about the menu. Well, delicious pizza, of course, with your choice of toppings, or get a specialty pie like the Meat Lovers or Taco or Buffalo Chicken. Speaking of chicken, check out their wings. Not to mention salads and sandwiches, famous cheese bread, and more. Locally owned and operated and proud home to the weekly Ottawa American Legion Baseball Coaches Show. Dine in, delivery, or carry out. Pizza Time. 785-242, say it with me, TIME.
Katie, where's your Jergens?
My lotion? Here in the shower.
In the shower?
I use Wet Skin Moisturizer from Jergens. It's a lotion that works with water to instantly lock in moisture from my shower. My skin stays soft and luminous all day without a heavy, sticky feel. It's all-day moisture made simple.
Well, I did always teach you to enjoy the simple things in life. Can I borrow your Jergens Wet Skin Moisturizer?
Of course, Mom.
Jergens, let your beautiful shine.
Ready? Okay. We got paper, yes we do. White rolled notebooks, pencils, glue. We got erasers just for you. Shaped like ice cream, donuts too.
We've lowered prices on school supplies all season long to put some pep in your back-to-school prep. Target's got everything you need to ready, set, go back to school.
We got folders, yes we do. Cards, Shopkins, Minions too. We got crayons every hue. School supplies for your whole crew.
Start your own color party with colors like Champagne and Jubilee. Ask Sherwin-Williams and save 35% on paints and stains during the Love for Color sale, August 11th through the 14th. Your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams paint store is right around the corner. Find it at sherwinwilliams.com/save. Retail sales only. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
A Wendy's Frosty is something special. And for a limited time, a Frosty is just 50 cents. An American classic for a classic price. It's not quite a milkshake, not quite an ice cream cone. It's definitely chocolate or vanilla. That choice is on you. Use a spoon or a French fry. Anything goes. A Frosty makes summer special. Yep, there's nothing quite like a Frosty. And there's nothing quite like this deal. A Frosty for 50 cents. Get yours before this deal melts away.
Small Frosty only at participating Wendy's for a limited time. Offer not valid in Alaska and Hawaii.
The key to success? Keep it simple, especially when it comes to hiring. And nobody makes it easier than Indeed.com. Post a job in minutes. Set up screener questions. Manage your candidates from one dashboard. According to an independent study, 5 times more hires are made through Indeed than any other job site. New users claim your $50 credit to post a sponsored job at Indeed.com/credit. Indeed, the world's #1 job site. Terms, conditions, and quality standards apply.
We're back at Pizza Time in downtown Ottawa for the Ottawa Arrows American Legion Baseball Coaches Show, our final show of the summer season. Come down and join us at Pizza Time, the family daily special in place today. 1 large specialty pizza, 1 large single topping pizza, 4 breadsticks, and 4 drinks, just $29.99. So come on down and see us with the fine folks here at Pizza Time. Again, we are up front here in the front window. We've got the 2 plaques and a trophy, which represent the back-to-back-to-back AAA state championships. And one individual who played on all 3 of those teams joined us now, Brock Huddleston. Brock, glad to have you here. Appreciate you coming by today.
Thanks for having me.
It's a real pleasure to talk to you. Now, before the break, we were talking to Coach about this summer, kind of the mentality of the never-give-up mentality you guys had, and you really showed that in the state tournament with a couple of games and a couple of real clutch hits. Take me back to that game where you hit the walk-off double and just kind of walk me through that and that feel.
I came up to the plate, and I was just looking for a pitch up in the zone. I was going to try to hit a ball hard and hope something good happens, and found a gap, and Owen was able to score from first.
And you did. It was a great play, a much-needed hit, obviously, to keep things going, and just a fantastic end to that ball game. And, of course, then you guys end up winning the state tournament against Great Bend in the championship game. Tell me a little bit about your experience being a 3-year state champion, and like we talked about with Coach before, the scores, you'll forget those. The number of wins per year, you'll forget those. Tell me about just the feel of playing with this team and playing for these coaches over these 3 years, what it's done for you as a person.
I made a lot of friends playing Legion, even though the guys that weren't able to play this year but were on the last 2 state championship teams that were unable to play this year because they were too old, I still talk to them every once in a while, and I just made a lot of friends playing Legion.
Well, I know you, of course, and many people know that your grandfather, Pete Searfoss, was a big spearhead of this Legion organization for many years. And I'm sure today Pete would be very proud of you after watching you repeat and repeat and repeat. And I can say, knowing Pete like I did, I know he is proud of you today for sure, as we all are. And we wish you the best of luck. I know you're heading down to Emporia State to play football. You're going to report here in about a week or so.
Yeah.
Is that right? And don't forget to go to class once in a while.
I'll do my best.
All right. But I know we'll see you around the program. I know we'll see you back in the summers watching baseball and see you around town. And again, congratulations, and you get to walk around for the rest of your life telling people you won back-to-back-to-back state Legion championships. So congratulations on that.
Thank you.
All right. We're also joined today by Spencer Mays. Spencer's here. This was his first year on the AAA program. And Spencer, I appreciate you coming by and joining us today. I'll ask you the same question I asked Brock at first. Tell me a little bit about the season and what your takeaway was, rather than just the wins and losses.
It really spoke to how, like you said, the comeback mentality. We never gave up. Kind of reminds me of the Royals when they were in 2014 season. They just kept going, kept plugging at it, kept picking. We really did that and showed how if you never give up, there's always a chance to win.
Now, you were one of those guys that may not have played in every game. You got an inning here, an inning there in some, and then played in others. How did you handle that throughout the summer as far as being a teammate and keeping everybody else in line and keeping everybody up when maybe you weren't in the lineup day after day after day?
It wasn't too bad not being in the lineup day after day. It was easy, especially with how close I was to some of the guys, just keep going and joke around in the dugout, keep team morale up. When I did get in, had to focus, didn't try and do too much, just did my job, get on base, and move people over.
And that's difficult for times. Some people may not, realize and experience the fact that, you're sitting you may be sitting on the bench 3-4 innings, and all of a sudden you're called upon to do something. You haven't been out there, and boom, now you're expected to produce. How do you do that?
It's definitely the first time I experienced that, because before this at single A level I'd played quite a bit, but it was interesting. It was first few times were difficult, but it was mostly just look for a pitch up in the zone, something I could hit, and don't do too much, because if you do too much, you're going to strike out, or try and create. If you try and create too much, you're going to get out.
I didn't ask Brock this, but let me ask you this question. Tell me a little bit about your experience in New Orleans.
It wasn't my first time. I went with my family a couple years before. It was definitely fun, even though we lost both games. It was fun to be down that atmosphere. Great food.
You knew that was good. You knew that going in. It was going to be good eats, right?
Yeah.
Your takeaway from that experience down in New Orleans, as again, the scores didn't turn out like we wanted. Obviously, we wanted you guys to stay a little longer and play a few more ball games. But an overall takeaway for you from the entire trip.
Takeaway for me from the trip is just that probably it was my first year being at a regional, so it really gave me the opportunity to see how good some teams were. And then
there was a lot of talent there, wasn't there?
Yeah, even though we did win 3 back-to-back, we're definitely not alone at the top of we're definitely not at the top down there.
You saw the cream of the crop from some other states, and you guys deserve to be there for sure. No matter wins or losses while you're there, you deserve to be there. You should all hold your heads very high representing the state of Kansas and our community as well as Legion State champs. So I appreciate you guys stopping by today. Best of luck in your senior year, Brock. Best of luck in your freshman year at Emporia State. And Spencer, we'll see you back on the field again next summer.
Thank you.
All right, that's Brock Huddleston, Spencer Mays, 2 members of the Ottawa Arrows American Legion AAA State Championship team, and enjoy them coming by and appreciate them coming by to talk to us today. We'll come back and get ready to wrap things up here shortly on our final segment with head coach Brian Long on the Ottawa Arrows American Legion Baseball Coaches Show, live from Pizza Time in downtown Ottawa on KOFO.
Here's your exclusive KOFO Weather Center forecast.
Business Banking Specialist, ready to help you and your business grow. Open 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday. Arvest Bank, member FDIC.
Today, a 30% chance of showers and thunderstorms, mainly after 4 this afternoon. Partly sunny with a high of 81. Tonight, a 60% chance of showers and thunderstorms, mainly after 4 tomorrow morning. Overcast with a low of 65. Tomorrow, a 60% chance of showers and thunderstorms, mainly before 7 tomorrow morning. Overcast with a high of 84. Tomorrow night, a 30% chance of showers and thunderstorms. Overcast with a low of 65. At the Ottawa Municipal Airport, wind is out of the southwest at 5 with gusts as high as 12. Relative humidity is 74%. Barometric pressure is trending downward at 30 and 12/100ths of an inch of mercury. It's partly sunny to overcast and 79 at KOFO.
When you do it right, people notice. Take Ottawa's own Pizza Time. A perfect score on Yelp. Well, listen to the reviews. Jack C. said, "This is my favorite lunch location. It's a must-stop every time I'm in town." John R. from Washington, D.C. comes to Pizza Time whenever he's in town and says, "They never skimp on the toppings and the crust is made from scratch. Service is excellent and the delivery time is super fast." Read it for yourself at Yelp or TripAdvisor or check them out on Facebook. Pizza Time does it right. Dine in, carry out, delivery. All-you-can-eat lunch buffet, too. 785-242-TIME.
Back to school is in season. Fall trends are bold, and this one big sale is better than gold. It's the Goodies One Big Sale, and all you need is one Golden Star coupon to get 50% off almost everything store-wide. Get your coupon in today's deals or by downloading our app. This special One Big Sale goes all day, Friday through Sunday, August 11th to the 13th. So get your golden coupon today and get ready to stock up with big savings on back to school. Goodies. What will new bring out in you? Goodies is part of our Sage family. Offer exclusions apply.
Are you ready? The movie critics are saying Logan Lucky is a freewheeling, double-dealing, country fried hootenanny heist flick that burns rubber.
That don't make no sense.
Good gravy. This movie is a good time.
This is a surprise.
A laugh-out-loud, funny romp. A high-spirited, low-down blast. It's the perfect late summer cocktail.
People say that.
From the director of Ocean's 11.
This is going to be good.
Logan Lucky. Rated PG-13. May be inappropriate for children under 13. In theaters August 18th.
Your home for Kansas City Royals baseball in East Central Kansas is KOFO. Home and away, you can hear all the action in 2017 on 103.7 FM and 1220. Brought to you by our many game sponsors and title sponsor Beckman Motors.
Tonight it's the Royals and the Cardinals from Busch Stadium. Join us from St. Louis for all the action. Our coverage starts tonight at 6:30 on the Royals Radio Network.
Don't miss Royals baseball on KOFO.
And we are talking baseball, American Legion Baseball, live from Pizza Time on the Ottawa Arrows American Legion Baseball Coaches Show as we wrap up the summer and the summer season. And great to have Spencer Mays and Brock Huddleston stop by today and chat with us, a couple members of the state championship team. Brian, let's talk a little bit about the future of this program. Obviously, we've got the trophies in front of us here, and it's been a solid program for many, many years, and this community supports it greatly. Where do you see this program headed in the future? And we might as well just say right out of the gate why I'm asking you that question, because you have coached your final game for the Legion. You have decided to retire from Legion coaching, for now anyway. And tell me a little bit about the future of this program and where you see it going and how you feel you've left it in place.
Well, this program's in great hands. It's not about one individual. It's not about one player or anything like that. So, next year I expect them to be right back in the mix for another state championship. They're going to have guys coming back, hopefully that can repeat for a fourth straight time, and I think that they're in capable hands with the direction of the board. We have two quality guys that I'm leaving behind with Spencer Hawkins and Nathan Roth, who, you don't see a lot of what they do on a day-to-day basis. They're sure not have a microphone in their face, but
and that's the way it is with most assistant coaches. You don't see what they do on a daily basis, but they do a lot of the work that goes unnoticed.
Yeah, and I challenged them this summer in different ways, and had them make decisions that just to kind of ease the transition period and for them, and I think they're going to be left. Hopefully that's who they choose to succeed me and continue this program's success. And like I said, the talent pool is not going to be empty. They're going to have people that are there that can go for what would be an unprecedented fourth. So it's one of those situations that you always want to leave as a leader. You want to leave it in better shape than you found it. And not that it was in bad shape before I got here, but I think we took it up a few levels and accomplished a few more goals, and we're leaving it out on top, and they should be able to continue that growth.
Well, not too many coaches get to walk away at the level you have. You're walking away with 3 state titles under your belt, numerous wins, some great memories. And I know you wrestled with this a little bit, but I admire you for the reason you are leaving now. You want to spend some more time with your boys, maybe coaching them in the summer, watching some games you missed with Reese and Ryan, and I know they will appreciate that, and I think that speaks highly of you, not only as a coach to be able to lead the program like this, but as a dad for doing what you need to do.
Yeah, and it just comes down to a time where you kind of have to look at everything in perspective, and that's one of the things that I wanted to do was to be a father during the summertime, and that's both of them being in sports and being able to play baseball. It's fun to watch them, and it takes a lot to coach a program like this at the level that we've attained, and I think that it's in a great position. Now I need to go back and look at the younger generation and bring them up as well, and I think it's not really a retirement. It's just a let somebody else do this for a while and see if they can't take it to another level. And you got 2 guys that, like I said before, that are young, they're experienced, they're members of this program from a playing standpoint and a coaching standpoint. They can do a lot of things that can make this program better, maybe even challenge at that regional level that we weren't able to attain.
I know unless you change your phone number, Nathan and Spencer are going to be using that next summer, I know, to ask you questions here and there and advice. I know that. So you're leaving it in good hands, and we congratulate you on your season and your career. I don't want to call it a career because I think we'll see you again in a coaching uniform. Of course, you may continue that career at 7-year-old level, but again, it's still a coaching career. But again, like I told the boys, you all have plenty to hold your heads high about, and an amazing run, and really the way you've just demonstrated the character and helped expand the character of this program is what many people see.
Yeah, and that's the biggest point, and that's one of the things that we really wanted to accomplish is to have a program that this community could support and be proud of, and like I said earlier in one of the segments earlier, and I've said all season, the tremendous support of this community. You're not going to go anywhere in the state and have it be topped. I mean, this is it, and this is, for me, this is the the top of the line American Legion baseball program in the state. Maybe in the regional area, there may be teams that win more, but there's not teams that do any more, any better than what this program has done, and I'm very proud to be a part of that.
Well, I can tell you I've been proud to be a part of this show all summer and to follow not only your games and watch you guys play, but to be here week after week to talk to you, talk to the players. It's been a lot of fun, and I just can't believe it's over already. I mean, it just seems like we literally started, and this is about our 8th show of the summer, and boom, it's over.
Yeah, thank God we have better weather than we did the first one. Right?
Yeah, after those first couple games, it didn't rain on us anymore sitting here in the window. You know, and we should mention, by the way, we want to thank the fine folks here at Pizza Time who have hosted us all summer long, been a sponsor of the Arrows baseball coaches show here. We want to thank Red, of course, and Arlie, who takes care of us every week, and the fine staff down here. So a big thank you to Pizza Time, and come visit them. Of course, the lunch buffet and the family specials will continue, but we want to thank everybody down here at Pizza Time who's hosted us all summer long. We also want to thank Coach Scott Sneathen, your Junior Legion coach, who joined us throughout the year as well. I know he took time off work and his lunch hour to come join us at times, and Scott will be retiring as well. So it's going to be a whole new face, a whole new program next year for the Ottawa Arrows and the Junior Legion squad next summer. So thank you to Scott as well. I do want to thank Sean Torres, of course, for Back to the Station, for being our producer all summer long, and the players who have dropped by. I might mention that this is our last show, but not our last coaches show from Pizza Time, because football season has begun. Ottawa University began practice today, so coming up soon will be the Kent Kessinger Show, live from Pizza Time with your host Bob Johnson. We'll be starting that once the football season starts for the OU football Braves, so we'll be back down at Pizza Time with that. So, with that said, again, the Ottawa Arrows finished the season 37-11. They finished the 3-time AAA state champions and represented our community well at the regional in New Orleans. It's been a pleasure to have you join us all summer long, and we look forward to talking to you again soon. Derek Chappell for Brian Long on the Ottawa Arrows American Legion Baseball Coaches Show, live from Pizza Time on KOFO.
Information and entertainment in East Central Kansas. KOFO K279CS Ottawa, where keeping you informed comes first.
Here's the latest from ABC News. I'm Mark Remillard. Reassuring words from Secretary of State Rex Tillerson over North Korean threats.
I think Americans should sleep well at night, have no concerns about this particular rhetoric of the last few days.
Speaking in Guam, Tillerson urged calm a day after President Trump promised fire and fury for any North Korean aggression. The rogue country said it's considering an attack on Guam. Secretary of Defense James Mattis says Kim Jong-un should, quote, take heed. To the latest on the Russia investigation, we're learning that FBI agents served a search warrant on the home of former Trump campaign chairman Paul Manafort last month.
In most instances, federal investigators need to present what's called probable cause to a judge in order to secure a warrant to raid someone's home or seize property. Probable cause is a legal requirement. Agents must present facts to show that a reasonable person would believe someone committed a crime or that there was evidence of a crime to be found at a certain scene. The news of the warrant and raid on Trump's former campaign chair's house is the latest evidence that the special counsel's investigation is ramping up.
ABC's Mary Alice Parks. Republicans say they're moving on from health care to tax reform, but protests continue over the failed attempt to repeal and replace Obamacare.
A march to the doorstep of a Republican congressman's office in central Illinois. Vigils outside other offices in New Jersey, Missouri, North Carolina, West Virginia, and Oregon State. Nearly 24 events Wednesday about health care in the U.S., organized by local groups, most of them directly aimed at those Republicans who voted to repeal the current Affordable Care Act.
ABC's Mary Alice Parks. In New Jersey, a Boy Scout who claims to have been sexually abused by a scout leader in the 90s, speaking out.
He actually pointed me out in one of our trips to the other adults and said, hey, I'll take care of this kid. You guys don't have to worry about him.
That scout leader, Stephen Corcoran, is already in jail on child pornography charges. This is ABC News.
Hey, it's Jim. I can't take your call right now. I'm digging for oil in my basement to help pay for my family's mobile bill. A little crazy, you say? You try getting a data plan that has enough gigs for my family. And I thought braces were expensive. We definitely need a switch.
Stuck in a dysfunctional family plan? Switch to Boost Best Family Plan right now and get 4 lines for just $25 per line, each with unlimited gigs. With Metro PCS, you only get 2 gigs per line for the same price. Plus, switch today and get up to 4 free phones, all on the fast and reliable Sprint nationwide network. Boost makes it easy to switch. Switching makes it easy to save.
Offer ends 9/10/17. Requires 1 line to port in. Lines include unlimited data, talk, and text. Video streams optimized at up to 480p plus resolution. Music up to 500 kilobits per second and cloud gaming up to 2 megabits per second. Data deprioritization applies during congestion. Comparison based on Metro PCS's 2 gigabyte promo plan as of 4/25/17. For additional details, visit their website. Free phones while supplies last. Requires port in and activation on $100 plan. Coverage and offers not available everywhere. Restrictions apply.
The nation's power grid bracing for a side effect of the solar eclipse later this month.
On August 21st, the moon's shadow will plunge a 70-mile wide path from coast to coast into darkness. It's the first total solar eclipse in the U.S. since 1979, and the first since solar power has become a significant contributor to the nation's power grid. As daytime darkness falls across America, solar power output will drop by about as much electricity as produced by 15 coal-fired plants. But with preparation, nuclear and natural gas generators are expected to automatically switch on to pick up the slack. Dave Packer, ABC News.
And Krispy Kreme getting in on the solar eclipse action with a new donut. It's switching from its original glaze to a chocolate glaze, commemorating the hours of darkness. Customers can get an early sneak peek at the eclipse-themed donut on August 19th and 20th. The event on the 21st will be the first time in more than 30 years that a total solar eclipse hits the U.S. Mark Remillard, ABC News.
Home isn't just a place. It's a feeling that you're safe to enjoy the things that matter most. ADT lets you take that feeling with you, whether you're at home, your business, or online. We help keep you safe with security systems, home automation, alarms, and surveillance, so you can feel at home wherever you are. Go to ADT.com to get that feeling for less than $1 a day. ADT. Home. Safe home.
Good afternoon. It's 1:04 I'm Jeff Brewer in the KOFO newsroom. This hour's top stories are brought to you by Ransom Memorial Hospital, recognized as a high five for mom and baby hospital. Visit ransom.org. Life is good. A county-wide quality of life survey conducted by the Franklin County Health Department found that more than 80% of Franklin Countyans rated life here as good or excellent. However, there were concerns. Franklin County Health Director Midge Ransom.
It's not surprising that we saw poverty, joblessness, and mental health issues come out on top of that. Particularly mental health has been in the news a lot about the, income loss and lack of services and the issues associated with that.
President Trump had a harsh warning for North Korea if it continues to threaten the United States.
President Trump mincing no words when it comes to North Korea.
They will be met with fire and fury like the world has never seen.
The rogue nation responding by threatening to strike Guam with medium to long-range ballistic missiles. Overnight, the governor of Guam issuing an urgent video message attempting to reassure constituents.
There is no change in the threat level resulting from North Korea events.
Ariel Reshef, ABC News.
These comments came after Japan announced it believes North Korea has developed technology to miniaturize nuclear warheads for intercontinental ballistic missiles. The rogue nation has made no secret that it's developing nuclear-tipped missiles and has ignored international calls to halt its nuclear program. Here's your exclusive KOFO Weather Center forecast. Today, a 30% chance of showers and thunderstorms, partly sunny, and a high of 81. Currently at the Ottawa Municipal Airport, the wind is out of the southwest at 5 miles per hour. Humidity is 74%, and the barometer is 30.12 and falling. It's sunny and 79 degrees at KOFO.
Your source for information and entertainment in East Central Kansas. 1220 and 103.7 FM, KOFO.